Hi, I'm Alexis, and this is my guide to Tindral Sageswift, Seer of the Flames. This fight is spread out on 3 platforms, and the boss will transform into 3 different forms, 2 forms on the first 2 platforms, and all 3 on the third. On the first platform, he will be in his default form and in the Moonkin form, so you have to watch out for these abilities. Mass Entanglement. All players are rooted for 6 seconds. You need to damage down the roots before they explode. Group up to DPS them down quickly. At the same time, the boss will start casting Falling Stars, which will target random players and damages other players within the circle. And star fragments will then fall onto the targeted players, exploding and damaging players within 4 yards. So in short, quickly get out of the roots and run away. Sunflame. Quick beams of solar light are shot at players doing fire damage, just heal through. Fire beams. These shoot down on players, and a large swirly forms in the center, changes into smaller swirlies and moves out slowly towards players. Avoid getting in the way. On Heroic, there's even more fire beams to watch out for. Fiery Growth. Players get a magic debuff, causing fire damage every second for 20 seconds. Players that have this debuff need to run to the side and wait to get dispelled, as dispelling this will leave behind scorching ground, so try to place these to the side. Tank mechanics. Blazing Mushroom. Mushrooms spawn and these need to be soaked by the tank. When they explode, they deal damage and leave behind a debuff, increasing damage taken from mushrooms by 500% for 3 seconds. So 1 mushroom at a time. If nobody soaks the mushrooms, it does raid-wide damage when exploding. Searing Wrath. Searing Wrath is another tank mechanic which damages the tank with fire damage every 2 seconds for 20 seconds, and this effect stacks, so make sure you tank swap. In the intermission phase, the boss transforms into an owl, pushes back players, and shoots down a bunch of feathers. Go next to a feather and click the action button to be able to dragonfly, get on your mount, and fly after the boss onto the next platform. When flying, avoid the scorching plumes because apart from getting damage, you lose 3 vigors. Also, try to fly through Dream Essences as they increase the damage done by 5% until the boss ability Supernova is finished or interrupted. Going through a Dream Essence also leaves Emerald Gales that, when used, propels players forward and grants them 3 vigor. When you get to the platform, the boss is casting Supernova. You need to break down his shield to interrupt the cast. If it's not interrupted, you're a goner. On this platform, you need to deal with all the abilities from before, except for the Sunflame and Fire Beam, since his 2 forms are now his default form and the Burning Trident form. 2 new abilities you need to deal with are Suppressive Ember, which is where players get an Absorb Shield, which absorbs healing, and this effect stacks. Heal the target to remove the shield. And Flaming Germination. The boss spawns a bunch of seeds around him and spews fire damage to everyone. Players need to run over the seeds and squash them because in 10 seconds they turn into a flaming tree and will do AoE damage to surrounding players. Stepping on these does some damage, so be mindful. On Heroic, stepping on a seed increases the damage taken from stepping on another seed for 6 seconds, and it stacks, so be extra careful. The next intermission phase to fly to the next platform is the same, with the exception of the scorching plumes, which are now moving, a bit trickier to avoid, but doable. On the third platform, quickly destroy the boss's shield to interrupt the Supernova, and now you have to deal with all 3 forms and all of the boss abilities. And that's the fight. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe, check out my other videos. Good luck, and thank you for watching.